Well, the action keeps coming on Apparatus Finals Day at the Rhythmic and Arena Birmingham. It's the clubs next to go, and Carmel Calamar of Canada is the top qualifier. So far, we've had gold medals go the way of Malaysia and Wales. So, not going with the highest qualifier. To a couple of, well, at least one minor surprise and one major one. So for Eng to not just win, but to score 29-7 in that ball final. Incredible performance from her. And Gemma Frizzell in the hoop. That was a little bit of a shock, but she deserved it. Stunning performance. Havana Hopman of New Zealand will start us off in the club's final. Saffron 7 of England. Louise Christie is Amzan. Comes back for her second final. Sokolova has made all four, so she's like a permanent fixture through our session today. Carmel Calamar, mentioned, top qualifier. Kiroi Bogatrieva and Elizabeth Popova. So quite a few gymnasts appearing in multiple finals today. But for some, it's their first and only appearance. We'll wish them well. Havana Hopman for New Zealand. Kiwis getting through just the one athlete to one final. On qualifying scores, in theory, you know about theories, but in theory, Calamar 29-7, quite the strongest in the field on those qualifying scores. Kiroi Bogatrieva 29-3, and then there's over a point gap back to Sokolova. But that's just qualifying, and it's not one in qualifying. None of that carries forward. Some young ones having a great time. Might be just still a minute or two away. Yesterday we were talking about Super Trooper, one of the songs used by one of the rhythmic gymnasts, and we're talking about it's actually a spotlight. Well, they're using, I suppose, Super Trooper lights here around. It's like a moving spotlight. It's moving around. There's multiple spotlights at work here around the venue while we wait for the next competition. There's Perry the Bull. He's been turned into hats, T-shirts, caps, cups. And the Raging Bull that featured so prominently in the opening ceremony is now sitting in the square close to the CBD. They want to keep him there. He's been such a success. Wasn't the designer's intention. He's not built to last. He's built for one or two performances only.
Well, the crowds have been flocking to that area. It's very impressive, all the hydraulics and the way they've got it to move and light up at night time. It's brilliant.
Well, that's where the music is coming from. DJ's doing a great job up there.
Party atmosphere.
Yeah. There's a future rhythmic gymnast maybe. Got the dance moves happening already. See themselves on the big screen and get a kick out of that. When you look around, Liz, and see how much merchandise has been bought, this is a different story to some games where it's just not really embraced. You know, but Perry the Bull is he's a smash hit.
There's one games where the merchandise arrived after the games had finished. I'm not going to name which one it was.
No, well, yes. I know which one. It was a bit of a scandal, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah.
But let's move on. We've got clubs final.
Representing New Zealand. Birmingham, show some support for Havana Hopman.
And a big welcome goes up for Auckland's Havana Hopman, the 18-year-old Kiwi who's a multi-talented athlete.
This is her only apparatus final. Might have just put the foot outside there. If she's held it above the line, that's okay.
Well done, Havana Hopman. Get fooled by that routine. The music sounds like it's stopped at about 55 seconds, and then it recommences.
Back in again.
Yeah, she's got plenty more to give.
I had a look at the timer and thought, okay, there's more.
Yeah. New Zealand is having a very strong games. Brum's Gymnastics. Brum, I'm sure you know, is the nickname for Birmingham. Yes, New Zealand has had a very strong and productive games medal-wise.
Nice shapes as she does the turning leaps, the legs hitting the full split at the peak of the jump. Clubs will see all the different ways of moving them. Right hand moving in what's called a Mills action. Catching there out of the visual field, which does add to the difficulty score.
So, not just from Havana Hopman, but when the gymnasts catch the club and they already have a club in that hand, that's a pretty delicate skill itself.
Yeah, well, I suppose you run the risk of one bouncing out of their hand while the other one comes in. But
There's a 27-8.
Yeah. 0.3 penalty indicates that leg probably did hit the floor in the middle of the routine, outside the area.
Seven will be next to go. Seven was the sixth qualifier. It nearly did my head in this morning when I was looking at some of these numbers. And she's from London.
Of the clubs at that moment, a drop actually.
maybe a touch over. The music is Embarque sur l'Océan, the ship on the ocean. French titled, maybe hoping that she'll get a berth in Paris 2024. There are a couple of little handling errors in that routine for Saffron.
See the mills behind the back. Two little, well, not exactly chaîné turns, they're more like little hops underneath, turning hops, skips.
You can see, as is absolutely necessary for rhythmic, we've got quite a high ceiling in Arena Birmingham. And you mentioned, Liz, it's a really valid point, and they can't always find a venue or a training venue where the roof is high enough.
That's right. And in fact, when they were in training venues here in Birmingham, some of those training venues weren't high enough. They had to give them extra time on the podium just to make sure that they got enough practice at the large throws.
25.45. It's obviously a building, I mean, the higher the ceiling, the bigger the building, because you've got to go up further with the walls. So it becomes problematic finding a place that can accommodate what you need to do. There's some very high throws with clubs and hoop. Louise Christie, Scotland, 5th qualifier. She's made 2 finals, this and the next.
Clubs are joined, which does give them extra difficulty. Butterfly elements.
Hey! She likes it. 27.65 was a qualifying score. I think we've been jointly amused, Liz, that her music for the club's routine is "You Can't Hold Us." I'm sure that's occurred to her as well. There's the Scottish Cross of St Andrews.
You know, she starts the routine with the clubs joined. They can start already have them joined at the beginning of the routine or join them during the routine. Like about her performances, it's just a great presentation, a joy in performing. There's the little toss of the clubs from behind the back. We'll see asymmetrical moves like that. Tapping the clubs underneath the legs as she does the turning leaps.
So I think this joy of performance attribute is more easy to convey with an up-pace kind of choice of music. If you go for something classical and serious, then it's a different kind of emotion that has to come through. But
that's right. They still have to show the emotion, as you say, but for her, she has chosen those upbeat pieces for most of her routines, from memory.
Yeah.
She just seems to project that, just the fun of doing the sport.
And perhaps the coaches and choreographers say, well, what kind of an athlete do I have here? What's their personality? What suits them music-wise, tempo-wise?
Most definitely.
And what can they do?
It's a forward walkover, a large throw from the walkover, 2 rolls underneath to her finish position.
So Christie needs something over 27.8. Oh, not quite. 27.55. Slides into second behind Havana Hopman for the moment. There we go. Little four-legged friends.
Malaysia, Iza Amzan.
So Malaysia picking up gold in the ball final with Eng. Now we've got Iza Amzan.
Malaysia have won 2 silvers on this apparatus in previous games, never a gold.
Second final for Iza Amzan. And they'll pick up a second medal after the gold for Ing in the previous final. Iza Amzan was a finalist on the Gold Coast 4 years ago on the hoop. What do you make of this, Liz?
Well, I thought it was a really top performance, very clean. She shows off the quality of the choreography well, plays to the audience. Completely different style, of course, than we saw from Louise Christie, throwing the clubs from underneath the legs during that leap. Large throw, chaîné, turn and a roll underneath. Should be a good score.
28.6 puts her up to the top. Well, Malaysia is having a good day.
1.5 higher than qualification, and looking at the difficulty has gone from a 12 to a 12.8. So she's either put a little bit of extra in or she's performed it cleaner and been awarded the difficulty.
Please welcome back Anna Sokolova.
Fantastic.
Anna Sokolova, Cyprus, third highest qualifier with the 28.2. That would get her close to Amzan. Clubs joined for the start.
I think that I'll keep loving you way past 65. We made a language for us two. We don't need to describe.
The little fumble of the clubs at the early part of the routine. Oh, major mistake for her.
Sokolova has already won a silver and a bronze medal, but she's made a significant error in the middle of that club's routine that make it difficult for her.
She also had a drop earlier on, and I think that's 2 drops in the one routine. One where she had to walk to retrieve it and one not, but still that's a significant deduction when you're thinking about the tolerances for medal performances. Little catch behind, double chaîné. I don't know that was a drop. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, just left it behind.
Yeah.
It was already on the floor, so that was an unusual one. Just failed to pick it up the first attempt. 28-6, the lead score is Amzan of Malaysia. Got 27.8 for Havana Hopman of New Zealand. So Kiwi still sitting in second spot.
Here we see issues again. Lovely performance of her fouette turns in that section.
Well, there's no athlete busier than Sokolova.
No.
4 finals. She's in the all-around and finished second. It's team competition as well for Cyprus. Qualifying day. 3 days in a row doing all 4 apparatus. It's the only person to have to do that. 27-3. A little bit off the pace there. Well, here's the moment for Carmel Calamar, top qualifier for the clubs, with a 29-7.
With the clubs,
If she goes mistake-free, she should be close to top score, which is 28-6 right now.
She really knows how to do those fouette turns beautifully.
Yeah, here's our Super Trooper. And the spotlight is on Calamar.
Nice little catch behind into a sharp side scale. think that's one of her best performances today.
Yeah, there's a kiss for the clubs from Calamar, and that is usually a genuine endorsement of the routine. Now, Canada, a victory in the team competition. Surprisingly, they missed out altogether in the all-around, but they've got a second in the ball. Calamar a bronze in the first final of the hoop. This could be hers, but she's got to find 28.6 or better and hold off Kiroi Bogatareva and Popova still to come. Not a lot going wrong here. It's a fine performance. Does it get her up into top spot? Yes, it does. A 29-1 for Calamar.
Oh, well, that's a lovely moment.
Malaysia pumped down to second spot. Here's Amzan with 28.6, so it's a 0.5 margin Calamar enjoys over Amzan. Alexandra Kiroi Bogatareva. Just missed a medal in the ball final.
Well, with a 29.3, she has the goods. It's going to be near perfect for her to take a medal. Just looked like she got the wrong trajectory, but she seems to have covered that well.
Oh, is she a touch late?
I think no, 129 it's showing.
Yeah, the music finished before she did that. Of course, Beyonce, all the single ladies, the crowd really enjoyed it when it burst into that very familiar tune now. And there was a nod to the choreography from the clip as well, from the video of a song that must have been watched many millions of times on YouTube.
Yeah. I think there was one place in the routine when it looked like one of her large throws went off at the wrong trajectory, just here. So she's just looked like she's improvised just a bit, but the judges will have noticed that. It's not a huge reduction, but it sits there.
So if you have to take an extra step for the catch, even if you affect the catch,
Yep.
then they're not well pleased.
No, they talk about adjustments that you need to make to actually make the catch.
Calamar holds the lead with a 29.1. Kiroi Bogatareva is capable of a 29. Qualified with a 29.3. Calamar was the top qualifier, 29.7. 29.1 is the target today, though.
Nice little throw from behind. And you'll see those clubs locked together. A little bit of a character moment after that.
Can she get near 29? Yes, she can. 29.4. She's over the moon about that one. Shari Gill, a teammate.
Very happy to see that. Yes, she's happy.
Well, she's fought for an opportunity like this for a long time, but it's not there yet because we still have Elizabeth Popova of Wales, fourth qualifier.
Yes.
Well, a crowd pleaser, that's for sure. Last routine of the clubs. Elizabeth Popova, Michael Jackson's The Way You Make Me Feel. Oh gosh, Liz, what are the years? That song is now 35 years old. So the song is twice as old as Popova, but it's still young. Great songs like that stand the test of time. The crowd just loved it.
Large throw, and everything in this routine.
I'm often surprised on the upside about how fondly regarded songs that were prominent in the 70s, 80s and 90s, just how well they're appreciated by people in their teens and 20s now. They know them. Of course, Michael Jackson had such a deep catalogue of great top-selling songs. 27-7, not quite there. And that means Alexandra Kiroi-Bogatrieva will get this one. Carmel Kalamar finishing second, and Amzan of Malaysia third. Just out of the medals, Havana Hopman of New Zealand.
So close.
And a bouquet there for Popova. Her performance is well appreciated. So Alexandra Kiroi-Bogatrieva, 29.4, and by 0.3 ahead of Carmel Kalamar, leading qualifier, but has to accept second today, and Iza Amzan of Malaysia. So the gold medals are being spread around the nations today. We've got Wales, Malaysia and Australia taking out the first 3 finals, but we still have one to come. That is the ribbon, and we're not far away from a start.